Today we're talking about navigating the mental game of entrepreneurship. Hey there, I'm Michelle Coyle, and this is Queer Hustle, where we teach queer entrepreneurs how to start up and scale. And today I want to just talk about the whole mental game of entrepreneurship, because it's always tough to be an entrepreneur, and it's especially tough right now. Things are hard. The economy is in a rough spot, and it's only the crazy people are starting stuff. But that's okay. That some of us are nuts. So let's get real about what it takes to be an entrepreneur, to be successful at it. So that I know that some of you that are watching that haven't decided if that's what you want to do or not, I want to kind of help you assess whether this is the right path for you. So on that point, the first thing that I want to say is that entrepreneurship isn't for everybody. And that's okay. I don't think that entrepreneurs are better than folks that work for other people. I don't think that there's not a moral relative judgment here. I think that some people are entrepreneurial and some people aren't. When people are talking to me and asking me to evaluate whether or not I think that they're going to be successful as an entrepreneur, or if they have that personality, what I'm really listening for is, do they just hate working for other people? That's the main trait. If I say, why do you want to do this instead of getting a job? And they say something like, I just hate working for other people. It makes me want to throw up to think about having a job. I just can't anymore. Then I know that's the right type of person. Because at the end of the day, that's really what's going to get you through. Is just that I would rather keep doing this than work for other people. I'm an entrepreneur through and through. I worked for other people several times, never really successfully, never for more than 2 years at once. I just always found that I had ideas that I wanted to get through, and I'd be frustrated when we weren't doing what I wanted to do, which is really annoying as an employee. I know it's really annoying for me when my employees are like that. I want to call and apologize to several bosses, but I always thought, I knew how to do things better or whatever. And so at a certain point, it was all right, it's time to put my money where my mouth is, and can I actually do this better? I have to go try, I have to see. And I haven't really looked back. The other thing I observed was that it just took, there were times where it would, I'd be counting the days or the months when I worked for other people. How long have I been working here? Oh my God, it's been 10 months since I had this job. And working for myself, the years just fly by. I'd be like, oh my God, it's been 5 years since I've been doing this company. That's crazy. So I just know that it's more for me to do this, and that feels more natural to me. And you got to be really honest with yourself about just what kind of person you are. Do you like being, do you like structure? Do you like knowing exactly what's going on and being told exactly what to do and knowing exactly what's expected of you? If so, then you might be happier working for other people. But if you really like to set the standard and have a different type of day every day and take charge and decide what, the best path forward is, and that's your jam, then you're probably an entrepreneur. I think, if you can't picture yourself doing anything else, it's look, congratulations, you're an entrepreneur. You have to do this. At a certain point, you just have to try. You have to see what's going to happen when you do it. And I want you to think about that as an identity beyond any specific business. And this is where a lot of people get tripped up, is they'll think, well, I'm the owner of a bicycle shop instead of I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a business person. Because an entrepreneur will sometimes go through several business ventures before they figure out the one that works, right? It's are you an entrepreneurial person? Are you somebody that wants to tackle new problems and solve things and take charge? Not, are you the owner of this particular business or that particular business? I bring that up because in the course of entrepreneurship, you're going to fail a lot. And that's, I've talked before about how success is a series of micro failures, but there's also major failures sometimes involved in that process. I've been a serial entrepreneur for almost 20 years now, and I have definitely had businesses that failed. I've had businesses that I shut down. I've had businesses that just weren't doing amazing, so I shut them down because I wanted to do something else that was doing amazing. Sometimes it's a little failure, sometimes it's a big failure, and you just dust yourself off and say, okay, I want to do the next thing. Every single time that I fail at something, I have learned a lot. And one of the reasons that I'm a successful entrepreneur now is because I learned so many things from failing so many times and just getting back up and trying this again. This business, especially right now, if you're trying to do something, this is hard. I don't want to sugarcoat it. I always say my business has been built on my fears and my tears. There's literal blood, sweat, and tears that goes into this. Now, there's a lot of joy to be found as well, But I feel like when we're presenting entrepreneurship to people, there's always like, there's all this emphasis on, oh, you can do whatever you want. And you have all this freedom and it's amazing. And you know, it's so exciting when you get new clients and when you succeed and when you make a certain amount of money. And that's all true. Like, that's all there. It is really fucking awesome to feel all those things. But just like you get these extra highs, as an entrepreneur, you also get these extra lows. It is much more of a roller coaster emotionally than, you know, working for someone else. And for somebody like me, that's cool because that's really engaging. But that may or may not be what you want to do. I just think if you're an entrepreneur, you need to expect that not every day is going to feel amazing. There's going to be days where you're really freaked out, really upset, really scared. And that's just part of the process. You've got to kind of own that and say, okay, I accept this. I am grateful for my challenges. Those are the things that teach me and help me get better. And this is what I want. I don't want to take the easy path. I want to take the hard path. I want to face the hard feelings and feel the hard things, because what I'm going to get out of it is going to be so worth it in the end. There's so many amazing life takeaways here from just being an entrepreneur. The things that you're going to learn in order to be able to be an awesome entrepreneur and grow an awesome business and be a good boss, and just do things in accordance with your own moral values are going to make you better at everything, because the mindset control that you have to learn, how you have to be able to control your own feelings, how you have to be able to use logic and rational decision making, the way that you have to be able to lead and interact with other people and communicate, all of these things are going to make you an awesome person outside of the business and the business outcome. So even if your business doesn't do well or doesn't succeed in the end, you're going to have these awesome takeaways from just like what it's done for you personally and how much you've grown just from the process. I've certainly grown tremendously as a human being just from all of the things I've learned in service of being an entrepreneur and building businesses. I also just want you to understand that this isn't undoable. Like, everybody kind of talks about, oh, am I going to start a business? Like it's the last thing they'll ever do, or like it's a decision they can't unmake. That's not true. You can always start something, try it. If you don't like it, you can always go back and get a job. It's really important for entrepreneurs to keep in mind that we as people are intrinsically worth much more than our businesses are worth or the success of our business. I am a person that holds value as a mother, as a friend, as a partner, just intrinsically as an animal or whatever, outside of my ability to be a successful entrepreneur. And that's always really important to keep in mind at the core, because otherwise, if you tie your self-esteem up with how well your business is doing, sometimes your business is going to be doing great and sometimes it's going to be hard, and you're going to go on that roller coaster right along with it. And that's not what we want you to do. That can be really, really dangerous. But if you can kind of keep perspective and stay zen and say, this is part of the process, this is what I'm signing on for, I'm okay with it, then you can see success beyond your wildest dreams. I remember, the first year that one of my businesses made over $1 million, that was nuts for me. I am, from Oklahoma. I didn't grow up with any money. I never in my wildest dreams thought of myself as a person that could make $1 million a year, generate that in a business. Now I realize, in business, that's not even a big deal. That's still a really small business. But at the time, that was a mind-blowing sort of outcome for me. Being able to have this beautiful corner office in downtown DC was like a mind-blowing outcome. These were things that I pictured that were my wildest dreams. They will come true if you are dedicated to this and you plug away at it. You can see the success that you want to see. You can make your vision a reality. You're just going to have to go through a lot of hard shit to get there. So hopefully this was helpful. I tried to kind of give you some real talk today. Want you to really just know the real deal so you know what you're getting into. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe right here to our channel. We're trying to come at you with cool interviews with queer entrepreneurs and tips like this a couple of times a week. Also, I've got something for you if you want to check out the link in my description here. I've got a new free guide for you on how queer entrepreneurs can help survive and thrive in these crazy economic times. Check it out. Let me know what you think. As always, drop us a comment if there's something you want to talk about or want to engage with. Otherwise, we'll see you next time. Bye.